Coach has already talked about Steven potentially moving to the left side of the infield. Have you talked about that with him, and what do you think that may be like, whether it's you at short or you at third, or vice versa between you two?
Yeah, we talked about it, and Steve's a great infielder. Obviously, as you probably know, great infielder. So, I mean, whether it's at short or third, I really honestly don't care, quite frankly. And either way, like I just want to help the team win, and if that's at third base, it's at third base. If that's short, it's at short, and Stevie thinks the same way. So, either way, it doesn't matter.
You had some big moments last year and throughout your career. What does it mean to be somebody that this year's team is going to lean on and look to, and maybe a tough moment?
It means a lot because I went through a lot of ups and downs last year. Beginning of the season didn't really start the way I wanted it to, and kind of started to come on towards the end of the season. But this year, I mean, I think I'm ready for it. Second year, I'm comfortable at the box. I love it here. So I think this is gonna be my best year yet. So.
Hey, Mike, I got two for you. The first one's just a quick one. I saw you playing some second in Biloxi. Are you still experimenting there at all?
I mean, wherever coach wants me to play, in that lineup card, wherever I'm at, I'll play. But, I mean, he hasn't really told me anything about playing second base, so I don't really know.
Okay, no problem. And then, especially the back half of the season, your offense really picked up.
Yeah.
What changed for you, and how have you continued to kind of fine-tune those things to continue that hot streak?
It was a couple things, obviously the mental side of it, it was my first season at the box, and, when it got started rough in the beginning of the season, I kind of wasn't in the right mental space at the plate and really in the field either. And then also I got healthier towards the end of the season. I was dealing with knee tendonitis in my knees, and towards the back end, after we had a week off towards the playoff time and towards the SEC tournament, then, started to heal up and then started to play my best ball. So, I think that will bode well for this season, so.
Michael, you'd obviously come from to your left in the back here.
Yeah, my fault.
You'd obviously come from a program that won national championships and
Yeah.
pretty big program. But I remember you saying, "Hey, this is LSU. I'm gonna see what it is." Was there a moment last year? It's like, "Oh, this is LSU now," and are you better ready for it this year?
Yeah, I mean, opening day, really. I mean, it's LSU. The best fan base in the country, as we know, and just being there opening day kind of was a shock for me. And hey, I was blessed to do it. So. Yeah, definitely opening day for me.
Mike, you've seen a lot of ball. You're seeing a lot of new faces this year, right? I guess just how important is the chemistry now that you're a little bit older, to understanding that builds success on the field? And how much are you guys really working towards that piece of the game?
I think that's one of the most important parts of a winning team and a winning program, honestly, is everybody holding themselves accountable and picking each other up and, being great with each other, honestly. And I feel like this year's team has great chemistry, honestly. I feel like all the guys in the lineup and all the guys who aren't going to be in the lineup are pretty good with each other, pretty cool with each other, and we all pick each other up when we're down. So I feel like the chemistry is really important.
You'll have one new teammate in the infield. It seems like that'll be Daniel Dickinson in some capacity somewhere. What's your relationship like with him? How have you kind of molded that over the past couple months? And what kind of a player is he?
I've had a great relationship with Danny Dickinson. A hard worker, one of the hardest workers on the team, and a great ball player. All around solid player. And I feel like he's going to provide a lot for us this year offensively and on the defensive side at wherever he plays, wherever Coach Johnson puts him. And I feel like he's just a great player, great teammate.
Coach mentioned this somewhere, but I think you mentioned what they're working on with Chris Stanfield as a hitter, similar to what they tried to do with you last year.
Yeah.
Have you talked about that with Chris a little bit, and have you helped him out with some of that stuff?
Yeah, of course. I mean, Chris is a different type of player than I am, though. I mean, he's way faster than I am. So I mean, like I said, coming from Auburn, he had some offensive changes that he would like to make, and he was just as open as I was to the hitting changes, and I think he's in for a big season this year. So, I mean, we definitely talked about it and tried to help him out. He's one of my best friends on the team, so definitely try to make sure he's on the right path with the hitting mechanics.
Coach Johnson was talking about the maturity of this freshman class and how it's pretty unique, whether it's pitchers or fielders, hitters, whatever. What from your perspective, what have you seen from these freshmen going back to the fall, and just a couple of guys maybe that you've gotten to know a little bit and think will play big roles for this team?
I mean, being in college for 4 years, I mean, I'd have to say this is probably the most talented freshman class that I've been around. I mean, like I said, every one of them has a chance to be a major contributor on a national championship team. And I was even telling guys in the locker room, like, dude, if you guys improve and, make sure you'll get better over 3 years, like, this freshman class can win a national title. Like, and I genuinely believe that. And there's a lot of future stars on the freshman class. I mean, obviously Derek Curiel, he's a great player, great all-around player. Cade Aaron Beatty, great player as well. And then another guy is Ryan Costello, a guy that probably people don't talk about as much. But I mean, dude, he's in there killing the ball in the cage, just killing the ball in the game, live ABs. I mean, he's going to be a really good player too. So this freshman class is definitely elite. I'd say that.
You touched on the freshman class facing William Schmidt. What do you see from him on the mound?
I mean, plus stuff all around. I mean, hey, I was in Baton Rouge over the summer when they were trying to get him to campus, and I mean, hey, not too many people thought he was going to make it. But I mean, hey, happy to have him, but hate to face him. One of those type things. So, curveball, elite. Fastball, upper nines. So I mean, hey, he's have a bright future and definitely a potential first rounder. 3 years, in my opinion.
What do you like about Coach Martin, the strength coach's program, and what have you most gotten out of his philosophy?
I mean, Coach Martin has helped me in a lot of ways, man. Like, going into the summer, my goal was to build up weight and try to get strong and get stronger. And he helped me do that when he got here. And then we got into the fall. My goal was to lose, I believe, I was 215 at one time. And then he wanted me to get down to like 205 in that range, so he helped me get down there. And just bringing the major league mentality to the locker room and to the weight room. Like when you have a guy that's been around big leaguers and been around all-stars and has a World Series ring, his what he tells you kind of hits a little different. So, hits harder. So, yeah, he's definitely been a great guy to be around, great person, and a great coach.
How much experience do you have at third, and how much more, and if not, then how much more reps do you need to get to feel very, very comfortable with just the hot corners? The angles are just so different over there.
I have a little experience at third base, At Carolina, my sophomore year, I kind of played there a little bit when I first started getting in, and, and I feel pretty comfortable there now, I mean, I feel comfortable everywhere, honestly, but, third base is definitely a great spot to be, and, I mean, coach is giving me reps there continuously. Like, we all kind of work around. He kind of moves everybody around a little bit, and, me at third base and short. So, I mean, I'm getting more reps every day, and I feel like I'm getting comfortable over there more and more by the day, so.
Speaking of Carolina, you guys are going to South Carolina to close out the regular season. Did that spark anything we saw the schedule, or is it just professional, keep going?
I mean, you can't help but feel a little way when you're going back to a place you were at for 2 years. But honestly, now it's more professional. Like, I kind of already got the emotional part of it out the way with the last year's SEC tournament and everything. Now it's just handle business and go in there and try to win. So, well, not try to win, but win. So.
You kind of found your power stroke at the end of last season.
Yeah.
What did you sort of find mechanically that opened that up, and how do you sort of continue that into next season to go along with the stuff you've already done with Chris?
Like I said, a lot of it was, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, a lot of it was just health for me. Like I said, I had knee tendonitis in both my knees, and I couldn't really load back into my backside at all, so I couldn't stick anything. So I was just punching Judy's singles and hopefully get a double type of thing. But, towards the end, I just kind of got my legs under me and, started to drive the ball more. And I believe that I can carry that into the season. So.
Real quick, is that bothering you at all still, or is that all kind of in the past?
Oh, no. I've kind of changed my workload a little bit to, kind of make it easier on my legs and everything. And I think that this year will be one of my best years yet. So.
Which knee was it?
Both of them. Yeah. All right, thank you.